In front of me are 5 GAN cubes.
Each of these cubes have their own unique characteristics and abilities that made them stand out and achieve such great success.
Today, I am going to go over what makes each and every one of these cubes so unique, pin them against each other, and see which one is the best GAN cube of these past 5 years. Starting off with the GAN 356M. I have so much bias towards this cube. This is my first official speed cube. And this cube is very simple, but it is just so good. Starting off with the piece design is very simple. There are no corner-to-core magnets or edge-to-core magnets. Not even the corner-to-edge magnets are adjustable. They're just one small exposed magnet. Meanwhile, the core is also nothing special. There is a pattern on the corner pieces, but that's about all there is. The core is very simple, but core magnets haven't really been a thing back then, so. The adjustment system of this cube also has aged. We have not seen the hex nut system in a while, and this is how you use to adjust the tightness and elasticity of the cube. There are limited options depending on whichever nut you have in this cube, but all in all, it's a simple adjustment system once you understand the color scheme, so it's not even that bad. All in all, this cube still holds up today, but now, unfortunately, though it is good, there are a multitude of better options. Speaking of better options, this is the GAN 11M Pro. In my opinion, the best GAN cube that has been released thus far. Let me explain. Starting off with the piece design, this was the first GAN cube to introduce corner-to-core magnets, as well as having adjustable magnet strengths, from low, medium, and high magnet strengths. As you can see here, the corner has core magnets. The core has magnets inside that attract the corner pieces, which allows for stability and was the basis for ball cores, like as you can see in the most recent MoYu flagships. These magnets allow for the corners to be attracted to kind of auto-align. To say this feature was revolutionary would be an understatement. A lot of cubers like Team and Golosinski even switched to the GAN 11 as a result. The customization seems similar to the hex system, but it's actually a completely different thing. With the AirPods that they provide you, you use this weird looking tool. You turn it clockwise to adjust the tightness and counterclockwise to adjust the center travel. The AirPods also come with replaceable corner magnets, which can increase further options. Now we enter what is considered to be the best GAN cube by the entire community. Can you take a guess? It's the GAN 12 maglev. In my opinion, this cube is just a little bit more controllable than the GAN 11, and with good reason. If we take a look at the piece design, it has the similar magnet adjustment. As you can tell, there is this little magnet that extends extremely far into the core. As you can see, it is pretty much touching the core magnets, and it was the first cube to introduce what's called magnetic levitation. Except, because my cube is lubricated, I can't actually show you what it's like, but I can put it on screen so that you can actually see what it is. This was insane, and what allows for crazy stability with the cube. Furthermore, this cube uses maglev technology, where instead of using springs, they replace the springs with 2 magnets, giving it a similar feel to springs, but adding more speed in the process. This is why this cube has been insane, and why still, after the 11, so many cubers switched to this one. Using a similar tool like in the 11, where you can adjust this ring of numbers for the center travel, and you can adjust this kind of hard to see gear shape for the tightness. They pretty much flung to this cube like a herd of sheep. And now I have lube all over my hands, which sucks. Now, we're at the point where GAN cubes are starting to sacrifice performance a little bit. This is the GAN 13, and I'm pretty sure only 2 cubers switched to it briefly, before they went back to their original GAN 12s. I'd say the GAN 13 is as good as the 12, but it is not as flimsy, which is why I like the GAN 12 better.
Starting off, I used the GAN 356M as my first subject. You go on the first solve, but without any special features besides the corner-to-edge magnets, it was kind of hard to turn. And the limited controllability factors when it comes to stability doesn't really help as much. which is why I ended up with a 9.07 average, which, to me, I could have done better. The GAN 11, on the other hand, saw outstanding results. This cube was really good. My favorite cube when it comes to the GAN series, and for good reason, as I already mentioned previously. These cubes' core magnets make it super easy to control, and I love using this cube, which is why I ended with a 15.74 average, the fastest time. With the GAN 12, I did slightly worse, as expected. With the maglev technology, it was kind of hard for me to control, even though I said that maglev made it more, even though I said the better core magnets made it more controllable. The maglev kind of cancels it out, and as a result, I wasn't really able to find the sweet spot with this cube. I ended up getting a 17.37 average, so I'm not complaining. The GAN 13, on the other hand, absolutely went horribly. I could not find the sweet spot on this cube whatsoever. I ended up getting a 20.03 average, and we do not have to talk about what the hell you just witnessed. Finally, the GAN 14. This went slightly better than the 13. Not really as good as I hoped it would be, but still, I made a lot of good solves and a lot of good decisions, and that's why I ended up with an 18.90 average of 5. So, what's the moral of the story? GAN cubes are fucking expensive. No, but really, the GAN cubes have very interesting tech and kind of revolution. And kind of was ahead of their time at some point when the GAN 11 came out. I still think the GAN 11 is the best GAN cube to have released right now. Even though it is like really old in these standards of cubing, it's actually relatively cheap, coming in at, I believe, $30 or $40 compared to other GAN cubes. Don't buy the GAN 13 or 14. Those cubes are really bad. I can name 2 cubers who switched to the GAN 14, or who switched to the GAN 13. That was Timon Golosinski, who switched to the GAN 14 for like 1 world record, and then went back to the GAN 12, as we saw in the Cubing Nationals, or in Cubing Nationals in South Korea. And then he went, and then Ruhang switched to the GAN 13, and like immediately switched back and got like no success with it whatsoever. Nobody should buy the GAN 14. This cube is a waste of money. It's slightly better than the 13, but no one switched to it because the corner cutting is still bad. So do not buy the GAN 14. If you want a good GAN cube, get the 11. It is the best GAN cube. As you saw from my testing, I got the best results. Or get the GAN 12. I'd say these are about equally as good, but I find the GAN 12 to be a bit faster, which is why it's hard for me to control, considering there's maglev technology in here and there's not in here. So just pick whatever you want. The price difference isn't really too bad between these 2 cubes, or get both, like me, if you hate yourself. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. The GAN 11M Pro is the winner of today's battle. Have a good day, y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye!